Hello there. You're probably wondering why am I going back to the beginning of this episode, back to the start of Metroid Prime. And I'll give you a simple answer. I was not happy with the way the actual playthrough was going through, and the gap between episodes got ridiculously long, so I figured there was only one way at what I could do, and that is reboot it. So here we are. Welcome to a special game that I consider one of the best in the Metroid series. In fact, I call this the second best Metroid in the series, the first one being Super Metroid. Metroid Prime was a big, major game decision. Basically, it's the first Metroid game in first person, because people were very, very, very skeptical if a Metroid game could be done in a first person shooter aspect, i.e. with just a gun and all that. But the universal success this had made it one of the biggest GameCube titles at the time. The first one is considered by many to be one of the best. It is a brand new saga that begins here, and you'll probably know the reason why. It's because this begins this is part of the Metroid canonicity. In essence, this is set after the first game, so they will mention the fall of Zebes. And if you already know what the fall of Zebes is, basically, Metroid Prime can be designed with can go straight into the Metroid Prime canon, in the original canon, or, if you are inclined to believe, it goes into the rebooted timeline. There are two timelines, by the way, two separate universes. The original continuity, which consists of NES Metroid, Game Boy Metroid 2, SNES, Super Metroid, and all that stuff, blah, and all that business. And then you got the alternate continuity, which now consists of Game Boy Advance Metroid Zero Mission, and if you see here, Metroid Fusion, some goodies which involve, say, Metroid Fusion, which was Metroid 4 in the continuity, which is going to take a while, but we're going to take a look at all the other options as well. There is a hint system. They took this out in Metroid Prime trilogies. So let's get straight down, to it. An introduction must be played.
The cosmos. In the vast universe, the history of humanity is but a flash of light from a lone star. The life of a single person should be lost in space and time. But among the stars, there is one light that burns brighter than all others. The light of Samus Aran. Her battles extend beyond her life and etch themselves into history. Here, another chapter of that history will be written.
That intro still gives me chills every time I watch it again and again, and practically again. So, Samus Aran arrives at the Derelict space station in the midst of orbiting an unknown planet, which is typical. And here is the game itself. It is a first-person shooter version. As you can see here, we can't go back to the ship because mostly there's a force field in place. That is a standard. We're in tutorial mode now. more importantly, we have the first thing that comes to mind. Your view to the game. Basically, it's called your scan. It's your scan visor. Essentially, you're going to be scanning a lot of things, and adding things to the repertoire. Your combat visor basically is just your basic combat visor at this point. There's a force field all over the place. You have your regular guns. In terms of, they pretty much give you quite a few goodies off the bat. We have the charge beam. We got missiles. The various suits also, because that's the reason why Samus has her bulky, well-known shoulder pads, which are commonplace at this point. But more importantly, we can also use you can use targeting with L trigger, and then when you hold R and then move the controller, you have free aim. You're going to be taking advantage of this quite a bit, but anyway. So this unknown space station in the midst was emitting a distress signal. We investigated that distress signal, and that's why we're here. This unknown space station in the midst of anything else, and you are Samus Aran, a well-known bounty hunter who hunts. That's why she's called the Bounty Hunter. So, you probably noticed Deck Gamma, Deck Alpha, and I'm assuming Deck Gamma at this point. There's a Deck Beta as well. Anyway, so we have an airlock. So we found a space station, but we don't know what kind of space station this is. It's mysterious, and there's no gravity, and we need to restore the gravity as well. Or basically, we need to repressurize the whole room. You know, because this is space. And everything drops down to the floor, but more or less we're right here, so we'll just go further. There seems to be some creatures in here, which are running amok, which completely adds to the whole sci-fi horrorness. Well, that's the whole point of this one. And so far in this point, sci-fi horror was... Oh, good God, what the fuck happened here? I seem to have missed the party. Of some kind. Huh, okay, we have aliens, and now we have a new creature that we can scan. This one. This is a parasite. A regular-sized parasite. Basically, they're minor, but they can swarm enemies. Not good. Also, we just saw escape pods, and then some sort of batch material called Phazon. What is going on in this place? Let's see, what the hell happened to this place? Did we miss a party or something? And I can definitely see why we missed the party. On the floor, that's a dead space pirate. So this is a space pirate station that we inadvertently came across. But even fuck. Even space pirates like these know the limits. And so far, and bloody hell, these space pirates must have had something must have happened here. Or they were researching something, and obviously, you know, science has gone wrong somewhere. Of course, science has to go wrong somewhere. Oh, hello. What do we have here? A space pirate who basically... Oh God, what the bloody heck happened? Oh, unfortunately, I don't think the space pirate is going to live much longer. Even if he did live, the station would crash anyway. So we'll just have to deliver a mercy killing blow. I figured that was the best way to do it. Sometimes we have to even hated enemies or not. You have to show a bit of mercy. Use your charge beam to destroy the rubble here. You'll find another space pirate that's been that was hit ridiculously hard in the head. Oh, we have a map facility. Yes, they even have maps in this game. But anyway, this cutscene will pretty much tell you about your next thing, which is, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the Morph Ball. The Morph Ball makes a spectacular reappearance in 3D, and it just looks like a gigantic 3D ball instead of the one for the 2D. Anyway, scan this for research purposes. There are a lot of things that need to be scanned, as it were, which obviously gives you a bit of an insight of where we are. The station is orbiting Talon 4, and this is and of course the space pirate frigate, or this thing here, suffered a parasite attack, and 2 queens became volatile. So let's go ahead and scan the map. There's only very few things you need to scan anyway. Of course, we're going for 100%, and not only creatures, We're also going to get 100% in items, research, and scans. There's a very important item that comes later, but that's gonna be a while before we even get to that. Because really, there's not much that we can do. There really is not much we can do right now. But we're just investigating a crashed ship, and that is about that. So anyway, let's go ahead and go down to deck. So there's about 3 levels. We are at we just left deck Alpha. Now we're heading towards deck Beta. This is the second deck of this space frigate. And bloody hell, once again, shit goes south somehow. Anyway, this is basically us taking advantage of mothball function, cause we need to go through these areas. Get used to these, by the way. At least we're not going to get lost immediately afterwards. But anyway, here we are in the main part of the room. And there seems to be all sorts of, well, stuff around here. Quite a bit. Got some specimen cells, hijinks, and oh, that must be a specimen. The unknown appears to be in a state of stasis hibernation. And now that's a space pirate. Oh, he's got detection. Well, we're gonna have to kill him because he's gonna be a problem. He's an active space pirate, only 1 scan, and this one seems to have his legs broken. Oh, that's, in terms of survival horror, you're dead. Also, scan the new items. This is a research data for small energy. Need to replenish these by 10. Fantastic for the instantaneous reasons, but once we get more energy tanks, the energy tank need and the need for medium energy and large energy becomes more apparent. At least for right now. Right now, though, we haven't got any of the shorts, so basically we just got 99 health, and that's that. Every time you get, say, like an energy tank, as in it was introduced in classic Metroid fashion, whether it be 2 Super Metroid or whatever, Super Metroid or original Metroid, you get a health increase by a 100. So that basically is that. You're never gonna have 200 because 99 is always the max. Anyway, we have a new enemy here. This is a auto turret, and the best introduction for this game is me realizing I pressed the wrong fucking button again. Anyway, using the pretty much in GameCube controllers, use the B function. I got my GameCube controller somewhere. I think. Let's see where I put the damn thing. Basically, if you have a GameCube controller, just basically it's about, what was it again? It's the I think it's the one on the far right. Anyway, we've got some more rooms to go through. This is the perfect opportunity to learn what happened here. So we have to learn about what they're doing. Basically, they're infusing creatures with Phazon. Whatever this Phazon is, it seems to be very powerful. That's a reference to a Zebes only creature, which we're not going to be seeing in this game entirely. I can't remember the name of the Zebes creature. They obviously captured one. But anyway, these red things here are pirate data. And as mentioned before, this is after the first one because Samus killed Mother Brain and caused the fall of the first Zebes Zebes fortress. You know, the one on the Nintendo. So basically, it's going on from that continuity. So whether it depends on whether you want to play the first one or not, there's that. Anyway, keep pressing the wrong fucking button. Luckily, that turret has not detected me yet. But we do have an item that's right there. That is for research purposes. Can we get to the scan point, please? I think I scanned it. Yeah, I think I scanned another one. Researches because those are small missile packs. There were 3. You get medium missile packs, which are worth 5, and then you got 10 for the large ones. I think there's nothing else in this room that we can scan here for the lower part of this floor, so I think we're going to be taking our business up to the next level of this place. So let's go on this elevator. Let's go up. And we got some more enemies here. We have another space pirate who seems to having internal damage. But we need to put him out of his misery because, well, you know, mercy. We always grant mercy to weakened animals anyway. We have another one here, which has brain hemorrhage. Oh, this one's a bit tarded. That one, though, he's not tarded. That is minimal assessed, which basically means he's your regular space pirate. To kill him, basically, we need to roll around, make sure he aims fine, and then we hit him again. 2 charge shots will kill a regular space pirate. This is not always the case. As you may have noticed, we've discovered that they've already made landfall in this place, and they're trying to harvest the whatever is on this planet called Phazon. Now, Phazon isn't. We have no idea what it is. Apparently, it's toxic. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a hint. This game pretty much deals Phazon with something a bit different, and I like what they did. All these enemies that we face off, all these enemies that we're definitely gonna be facing off because, you know, can't scan them eventually. Oh, that'd be too bloody easy. Anyway, this one has acid burns. Oh god! Basically, the joint on his exoskeleton has become welded. He can't walk. That's really bad. Anyway, obstruction for the rear ventilage. We need some engineering crews. This pretty much is just where we're gonna be. We're gonna be heading down to where the core is. When we head to the core, we already detected one of the, you know, they mentioned 2 parasite queens right at the beginning. And we already saw one of them. Where's the other? Oh, there's a turret. Take it out with a missile. Improvise the deck. And we already have the missile. We scanned it already. Press the X button on the GameCube. If you have a GameCube controller, which you should by this point, because they're pretty much using GameCube controllers for Smash, which is obviously getting a lot of rep right now because there's a lot of predators going on. Since we're hunting space pirates, technically they're predators in this one. Some people are hunting predators in real life, which is not so easily. Oh god, we have another space pirate here. This one has less injuries. He has minimal injuries, but basically we've been killing a lot of these. Might I add as well. Draw the energy. Now, this one was killed by that one, but this one was killed by removal of internal organs, which means they've been eating these bastards. Who the fuck eats space pirates? Very terrifying. Anyway, for this door we have to scan a nearby one. This is where we scan, and in order to open the door, we need to go into morph ball mode just to open the lock, as it were. The lock is easy. The gun is good. The badge is bad. Well, actually no, the badge is badass. That's what I should say. Anyway, kill these guys before they get a chance to detect, and we can scan some enemies. This one was killed by acid burns to the face. A bad death to go. Death caused by lacerations. That was partly eaten. Who the fuck, as I mentioned before, who eats space pirates? They're not exactly a delicacy. They're just insects screeching, and they just look like frickin' what was it? Soltar. Anyway, research. Scan the save station if you get the opportunity. You should get used to this. Anyway, we're scanning ourselves to a memory card, and we're actually done for this episode. So, we discovered a derelict space pirates frigate orbiting a planet. It's obviously came under attack, and now we're going straight to what is causing this attack. So, this is luckily a tutorial level, otherwise I would be scared right now. Anyway, see you guys next time. Bye for now.